Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Cat's Cottage. I'm pouring me up a cup of coffee, and I'm dribbling all over the counter, too. Okay. Somebody's asking me to, let me set that coffee down. See that coffee rack. Well, I mean, that cup rack, I'm sorry. It's just metal, um, those large decorative, those plate holders that you put on the wall. That's all those are. There's two of them there. And, you could do it with one or two or how many ever you need. I could remove this one and just have this one. But you were asking me about that. And it just, I've hooked the cups on it. Let me see if I, and it's just plate holders. This one's shaped a little different than this one over here. Yeah, excuse me a minute. I'm drying my bowl holder there. Now this one is same thing. Same thing. It's got the hooks on it for the plates that go up. That's all that is. Somebody was asking me about that. I wash these out when I do my dishes. Sometimes I'll rinse these out and hang them up right here. This little light here is just perfect for holding quick clips. I get quick clips and I can put that up there and let it drip right into the sink. These things right here, I made this one. They're just little cloth squares. And you put your bowl right in there. You can put the whole thing in the microwave, cloth and all. You know how a bowl will be so hot in the microwave? Well, you put it in there with that. And you can make them in any color. They're tightened. They're actually, I'm trying to remember how I made them. They're obviously squares. And when I stitched them this way, and this way, it kind of drew them up. Here's one that's a little better. See, now that one is cupped. Try to make it where it's cupped. This is a square, and then it's cut in half, and then you you're going to sew it back together, but you're going to try to make that tighter in here a little bit, so it'll have that cup feeling to it. Look. I don't know why would I say feeling, but I meant look. Anyway, okay. I had a couple of people do ask me about that cup rack, and it's just metal decorative plate holders, and they seem to have a lot of those in the thrift stores because people of it. I guess the plates are put somewhere else. They're not displayed again like that, and so the metal is usually piled in a corner. But you can find a lot of that, and it's a lot of good uses for it. You can even use it outside in your garden. Hook some of those up, and you can put your tools on it, or hanging some kind of hanging pot or something like that. But yeah, they're pretty useful. Let me see where else I might have one like that. No, I just got them in the kitchen, and I do have some of those hanging up. And I got in the bedroom. I've got some plates on them, and then I have hooked some stuff on. They would be good for belts or hats or anything like that. Just make sure they're secure. Now like those in there are hooked to my window rod, the curtain rod, and those shutters. That it needs to be really sturdy because the cups can get heavy, and then when you have something like that hanging up, you have a tendency to keep adding little things, But yeah, that's what that is, and it's just make it secure, and you'll be all right there. You don't want it to come back out of the wall. And I will guess if you're going to put it right directly on sheetrock, you'd have to get some of those things that sink into the sheetrock and with a screw and hold tight. But also remember that those cups are heavy, and you can always add more secure to it, like put a wire on it and bring it up and put another one above it. Just make it secure so it'll hold your cups. But I guess you could put anything. If you needed lids in the kitchen, you need a place to put lids. That'd be perfect for lids. Instead of putting plates in there, you just put the lids. And there's a lot of good things you can use those for. But okay, well, I hope I helped you out there a little bit. This morning I'm watching. Oh, it's kind of white looking, but I'm watching roses, and I like to watch people, how they get excited and they want to smell it. And of course, the Asian people love to take pictures. We do too now, but we didn't used to. We didn't used to do that. We'd take a picture maybe in front of the roses with a family member or something like that. We're not. Didn't used to be. Now I know the younger generation is me generation, and they just want to take pictures of themselves. They're just in love with themselves. Excuse me if you're not. I'll shut up. Um, Using my new cup. I looked at the bottom of this cup, and it's Mainstay. I'm not sure. That might be Walmart. It could be Walmart or Target. I'm not sure. But it's a sweet little cup, little pink cup. Put you down a little bit. I put it on those Japanese gardens, and it'll let me see about 2 of them, and then it'll switch me right back to that Mackinac Island. Seen them. I've seen that island. You could blindfold me, and I could walk and tell you what was on that island. I've watched it so much. But anyway, we're looking for a stormy, cold day again. Real stormy. Right now it's 61. It gets that warm that early. I mean, yesterday it was like 37. Now it's 61 when you wake up in the morning. You know it's going to rain. So, but anyway, maybe that few days of sunshine and dryness help dry up some of that water. Wind is good too to get that water dried off the surface. But yeah, and someone said they want like that tin, that big tea tin. I see so many of that stuff. Um, I could look for that. I could pick that stuff up. I didn't think anybody was interested in it. I had a bunch of that, and I gave it to my daughter to sell. And she may have some of it online, or it may be in her booth. Mama Mia is the name of her site. I think she's on is it Etsy or I guess I should write that stuff down so I can remember it. Anyway, I haven't really put it where I wanted to put it, and I might just, if you're serious about buying it, I might just, let you have it because you want it, you know. Um, but yes, I can find that. I see it all the time. And another thing I see a lot of is these, if y'all are interested, these fake books. It's really cool looking. I see a lot of those and boxes. Oh my goodness, I see box after box. Actually, matter of fact, I got a stack of them in my bedroom on my dresser. You know, pretty boxes. Some of them are made of wood, some of them are made of tin, some of them made of just paper. They're real pretty. Um, yeah, I see a lot of those. Um, I don't know what the price on that tea tin would be, or the shipping. It's kind of fat, so I don't know for the shipping. It's lightweight though, real lightweight. Um, but if you're truly serious, it's not necessary that I keep it because I have so much, and I buy so much. So yeah, I could let her sell that to you if you're still interested. Um, I have no idea what price she would put on it, or the shipping price, or I'm ignorant of all that. So, but anyway, uh, I love this little thing that my daughter gave me. This, my lights. I'm really like to have another one. I'm gonna turn the camera and I'm gonna show y'all up there. Um, Up, and I'll tell you what I clicked on. I clicked on the spider, and I guess that was Halloween, and that is yellow and purple. Excuse me. So I guess that's Halloween. And sit that down a minute. And this right here is okay. I got a little button that has an Easter bunny on it. Now there's the Easter bunny, and it's really funny. Uh, I don't know if I'm damaging my husband's brain or what, or he's just bored. But gets up in the morning. He says to me, "Well, I'm just coming here. Where's your lights? I was just coming here to see what color they were, And I'm like, "What?" No, I've brainwashed him, I guess. Now I hope it's not a henpeck, because I don't want to be accused of doing all that. But no, he's like, "No, I just look." I said, "What are you looking at?" He's like, "Oh, I just see what color you have, or I have them off." "Oh, you got your lights off?" So I thought, "Oh wow," you know. He's I don't know. He's okay. I think he's just bored. Coffee tastes kind of watery, but my husband keeps buying that Black Rifle. Um, I just don't feel any, you know, taste to it, and I keep adding more and more coffee grounds to it. But I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just blessed to have some nice coffee. See, I drink mine black. I'm just blessed to have some coffee. You know, got me out a different necklace this morning. I found this one. I've got so much costume jewelry, but this has not got real. This has got some silver in it, and I think that's onyx blackstone. I think. Practically got it for nothing, at a estate sale. In the days when you could buy stuff for nothing, You could buy a big old bag of jewelry on the tables. They just, and there was some gold in it. Some didn't have gold, you know. And I'd just buy the bags. I thought, well, what the heck? I'll just take them home and go through it. And I'd always find gold and silver in the bags. So, I think about myself, you know, all that costume jewelry I have. You probably got some gold down in there. And, you know, I don't know. I'd have to go through it again. And I remember going through it with my little eye thing when I first bought it. It was a fun thing to do, you know. But, well, yesterday, I needed a little more clothespin clips, you know. And I saw a small bag. It wasn't a full one like you'd buy if you're buying them new. Just a small bag of them. And they wanted $3 for it. And I thought, what? Are y'all nuts? When y'all won't sell anything for $1, but you'll put $1.99. That's $2. And I'll go along with that, you know. I'll go along with that some. But $3 for 20 little clips? No. I'll go down to the Dollar Tree and get them for $1.25 for a little package, you know. But I do need to get me another pack because I don't know where they go. Like this house is eating them or something. I don't know what happens to them. But I've got some in different places that's convenient for me. I've got some by the on the door in there, in the kitchen. And then I've got some at that light. I use them, you know, chip bags and different things. I even use them in my freezer. I'll use part of the vegetable in the freezer bag, and I'll roll the rest up. And I won't clip it this way, like you're hanging clothes. I'll clip it sideways. Then that way, it won't. If it sticks up, its lighter will get knocked off and broken. So I clip it sideways. But yeah, I need to think of something to make in my tiny little crock pot. You know, the little one I got, just because I did. But I need to. I don't need. I don't need anything. I don't need to do anything. I need. No, there I go again. I don't need. Uh, I'll try it out and see if it works. I don't even know if it works. But I'm in there looking for me an iron. I saw an iron yesterday. You know, y'all saw me ironing in that video. That iron is terrible. And I thought, this is out of here. And I'm gonna look for a nice iron. Boy, they got some that you can see through. You know, it's beautiful. They get big old long pointed, run in like a big old boat. Get me one of those. You know, I don't iron too often. I guess I'm mostly ironing curtains. Is usually what I end up ironing. But yeah, I looked for an iron. Didn't see one. And those people that go in front of me, and you know, they are better than me. They're young and they're fast and they can snatch and grab, and they get all the appliances along there that's worth having. And I know they're probably reselling too, because I don't know a young person that irons or that cooks in a crock pot or uses all those heaters. Um, there's one guy in there. He may be 40. He buys every heating appliance there is, every one of them. And I think my husband asked him for one of them one day, and he said, "No, I gotta have that. Putting that in my greenhouse." And my husband said, "Well, that's exactly what I want it for." He said, "No, I need it." He said, "Okay, I just thought I'd ask." And he picks every one of them up, every one. You know, he's reselling. So you know, good for you. You know, if that's how you earn your money. And I heard before I went to bed that China decided, you know, or somebody told Ming Wan Wu, whatever his name is, that you made a mistake. You know, old Trump there, he has a big ego, and you know how you have to treat people that have big egos. It doesn't make him a bad person. He's getting the job done, but he has an ego. And what you got to do is, man, those people with egos like that. And a lot of y'all ladies know about these husbands that have these egos. You know how far you can push, you know? Um, I've tried for some time to help him with his ego and tell him about it and make it take it on down. Because that's how men get in trouble. They have these egos and they want to fight. That was that problem yesterday with that man, his ego. You know, when he came back at her fussing at that woman, she came back at him. His ego kicked in. So, but you know, certain ways and things you do, people like that, and uh, I don't know. But I'm glad that I never remember how to say that Chinese name, president, every time. I never remember it. Xin Jing. I just say Ching Wan Yu or Jing Yu or I don't even know what is, you know. I'm going to get it wrong every time. You'd think I'd stop and try to focus on how it's said, but, you know. Um, but anyway, he's changed his mind and said he wants to talk to Trump about uh, that, you know, tariff to go to 10%. Yeah, yeah. What I don't understand, all these countries have been taking advantage of us with these high tariffs, and we're like, okay, okay, we want to help y'all, okay, okay, and now we're drowning. We're literally drowning. We have people without homes now and living in tents. I mean, I remember seeing all those pictures uh, of those people way back in the Depression. They lived in their cars, uh, literally lived in their cars. And it got so much that it became common for people living in their cars. Uh, I've slept a lot in a car, you know, as a child. I slept a lot in a car. And it's pretty miserable. Um, but we need to take care of America. And Trump is the first president that has decided on that. Uh, the others lied, you know. And so far, he's not lying, and he's going to do this. And but the Congress is just trying to block everything. Those Democrats are trying to block everything. And if you're a Democrat, forget about it. Stop being a Democrat. I don't know what you want to call yourself, but stop being a Democrat. Those people don't know what to do. They really don't. You don't follow them. They'll take you over a cliff, you know? Um, I don't care if I lose subscribers because I'm telling you to stop being Democrat. just don't do it. No, I'm not a Democrat anymore. I'm not anything. I'm me. I'm going for the good. Don't mean you're going Republican. Just means you're going for the good. I'm going for the common sense. Wherever I see common sense, that's where I'm going. But anyway, and the thing about the Medicare and Medicaid is baloney. If you're cheating and you've been using grandma's money, grandma came and you never told anybody or let anybody know she died, and you're just taking in those checks, or you've gone to the cemetery. Let me see. Oh, I could get some money with this guy. Yeah, I could get some money. Let me tell you, I think it would be easy to get identification on these people. Because, I told y'all about when I went to get my driver's license changed, and I sat there and listened to all that. And that she said, or he said, have you got any kind of identification? Yeah, I got identification. I've got 2 letters, some mail. Oh, that's good. You got mail? Yeah. And here's my utility bill. Yeah, that's me. Or you can't see worth a flip, but you know what? I'm going to give you a license, but I want you to go get some glasses. But me, when I went up there, oh boy, I'm not going to get off into that story. Oh my gosh. Anyway, where was I? I was talking about stop being a Democrat. Just be a common sense. Common sense. And if you forgot what that was, look up the definition and think, yeah, that's what I need to do. And also, all this ordeal has taught me and other people like me that the stocks are emotional, run by emotional people. And it's terrible. The only thing I don't have any stocks, but the thing I actually do have stocks, I'm just unaware of it. The stocks that I have is in retirement money. They're taking retirement money and investing it. You don't know what they've invested it in. You don't know what stock they put it in. Your 401k or your retirement monies from the city or the county or wherever it's coming from, they invest that money. It's taken from your check or whatever. You don't know what they put it in. They figure you won't ask, and I'm not going to tell you anyway, probably. I was talking to my husband about it. I said, do you know what stocks they put it in? No, really don't. Really don't know what stocks they put it in. So, that retirement money, if it goes up, they make money. You don't get money. You don't get the same money that they're going to give you. But anyway, I quit talking about that. But I think it's funny watching it go up and down. Yeah, I'm going to give them a high tariff. And it drops. Oh, I'm going to hold that off 90 days. It's all emotional. And it's terrible. But is that what's keeping us afloat? People with emotions, If you buy into a stock, and I'm a dummy, I'm just talking here. I think that if you bought a stock and you always buy it in the dip when it's low, that's just common sense again. There you go. Okay, as soon as it goes up, don't sell it. Oh, it's gone up. Look at that. I'm going to make some money. Let me sell it. Leave it alone. If it's long term, leave it alone. I guess you would cash it in. Me and my husband had some stock years ago in Kroger Grocery. And the stock was given as a gift, as a reward. And he'd actually built up a lot. He never cashed it in. And so one day he decided, I'm gonna cash this in. You know, I didn't have anything to do with it. I didn't know what he was doing. He cashed it all in, and that was that. I mean, money just, I don't know where it went. You know? So, hang on to it. Uh, I think there are people that they're called day traders that just trade when it's low and then sell it when it's high. They're not in for the retirement of the long term, I don't think. So, um, yeah, hang on to it. If it goes up, just pat yourself on the back and be happy, you know. Uh, my great grandfather was big in the stocks and had a lot of money. And my grandmother lived in a wealthy family. When the Depression came, she lost. He lost it all. He lost everything. And he had this. He was had a shoe shop, and he repaired shoes. Anyway, he lost it all, but he had his business still. He could earn a living then still. But anyway, that's another story. But I'm gonna let y'all go and go get me a hotter cup of coffee. And I'll talk to y'all again. Y'all all take care. And I know I'm a dummy talking about stocks. Y'all forgive me. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's just dummy. So anyway, y'all have a good day. Bye bye.